I think one thing that we're going to have to keep track of is these two bottom lanes. In my mind, it should be easier for Hope and Kyle to get priority of the mid wave. He recalls, he is half a level down on the opponent. So Jway has access to the Unstoppable Force. There's a Pantheon ult coming down for Shanks.
Yeah, the Fate Seal does hit onto 2, but Soul Unbound already coming out. It's going to be Shanks in a whole lot of trouble in the top lane. And Care is the one to secure first blood for FunPlus Phoenix.
As a Gwen and a Yone, I'm very worried here. I think I need to see FPX move on in, muscle their way through this, and at least steal one of them.
Use a lot of their cooldowns, though, to get that kill originally onto Shanks. And so now there's no Grand Starfall to jump in. Looks like Shadow instead is focusing on doing that blue buff. So going to be a little bit late to the party. Tarzan's able to pick up all 3 on his own. And so that's a big win for Anyone's Legends. As you said, the split pushers, the side laners here for this team, going to really be happy by having those extra grubs.
As well, to kind of see them continue their level of success now. Shanks trying to fish for a summoner spell from Care.
Able to find it. Instead, the target's going to be Flandre down in the bot side. Shadow coming in with the Grand Starfall. Flandre doing a lot of damage to Needlework. Doesn't hit its full proc onto Sheer, which means that he'll be able to survive. And Shadow will jump in and finish off the kill. The last tick of the Ignite, just barely not enough.
Huge win for AL. I don't care that Flandre ended up dying. He'll TP and catch this wave. We just leashed over the dragon to Anyone's Legend.
Yeah, so the neutral objective game going very well for Anyone's Legend so far, whereas FPX have been able to find some kills, but that's not going to matter too much if you aren't able to, use that to snowball your leads even further. So we'll see what Shadow and Care are going to be able to do with that.
Oh no, our Yone? Hell, we should be looking for fights.
Speaking of fights, maybe you should try to find a 2v1 gank on to Sheer, but Sheer's actually going a little bit aggressive here in this situation because he knows that Shadow can jump in with the Grand Starfall, but it might just be a little bit too late. Kyle joins as well, and that is the signal for FPX to abandon the play and let their top laner go down. So AL finally on the board, the kill going over to Tarzan.
Is this a full turret though? Tarzan can come into the area, he'll be able to steal Krugs. Yeah, that's the first turret going down. I mean, hell, this is what happens on a side lane. You always have to be able to match the team that has 3 grubs now, and that's that's the feat of turret taking, going over to Anyone's Legend. If they're able to grab at least another 2 kills first, I think you're fine with that. You're going to now see the Herald being started here by FPX. I don't think there's going to be much rebuttal from the side of Anyone's Legend, as they're pretty late to this play.
I'm not going to lie, Alk, you just said like the feat of turret taking or whatever. They got super lazy after the first one. Feat of Warfare, very cool name. Then it's
Epic Monster Slaying, that kind of work.
It's still kind of lame. It's just exactly what the name is here. It's Kyle might be slaying himself as there comes the bullet time opened up here by Awesome. And the Feats of Warfare, that's the good name, picked up here by FPX, and they want more than just that. They want another fight here. Flash comes forward here for Jway. 2-man pull does come out. Shanks with the flash on out. Teleport coming in is going to be Sheer trying to join the party here, as the Unbreakable Will has already been popped here by the Alistar. And FPX is 5 men strong. Going in onto this tier 2 turret, they should be able to take it down.
This is just wonderful play from them. They're over-forcing, making sure that they can try to brute force some of these plays.
Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, we're not going to have it for this dragon fight, which is the only reason why not maybe the best situation for them to use it that early. And speaking of, it does mean that Anyone's Legend actually do gain some control over it this year.
Wow.
Is in here by Flandre. So another dragon secured by AL. As the Rift Herald is popped here by FPX, Glacial Prison comes out. It only lands on a Shadow. You can block out any remaining damage that does come through. But now it's Anyone's Legend split up a little bit here as the Counter-Strike from Sheer does connect here on
Shanks.
to Flandre. And the Gwen is just going down. Shanks has to dash on out. It's a numbers advantage now here for FunPlus Phoenix. They're going for the Grand Starfall. Shadow wants to make this a fight win for FPX. It's traded back. Sheer with a 3-man stun over the wall. But he's to flash right back out because he's going to be taking that tower aggro a little bit too quickly.
So well to stop both sides of the fight. Sheer just ends up stepping forward. Thank you to our observers on the LPL side. More summoner spells, and I think FPX feeling a little too cheeky. They're like, okay, we're already winning. Let's slow down the game now.
And, we keep talking about, hey, AL are the favorites here. They're the ones getting the neutral objectives, but we're seeing it in fruition in some of these fights. Obviously, there's some misexecution on some of the players for AL in these situations, but it does show that FunPlus Phoenix are able to contest against one of these top teams here, at least in Game 1. FunPlus Phoenix, AL still has Shanks on the bottom side. He has his teleport available if he wants to use it. Otacon is already at half HP. Tarzan going to try to find some way to get into the pit, but the fight's already been started by Shadow. Bullet time plus the knockup is going to try to lock down Kyle. The Poppy is still somehow alive and will be able to live, but Shanks, he teleports straight to his doom, and Care picks up the kill. It's a 1-for-1 as Shui fell on the other side, and the health bar is not necessarily in a great position to take this dragon on their own, because they have the semi-globals to potentially get to the top side if the Otacon is started up. But now, anyone's legends, they don't want the Otacon. They might try to find a kill onto Jue, who might be overextended a little bit. The Fate Seal finds us awesome, but it will not be enough to secure the kill. The Unbreakable Will was popped by Jue, so that is one singular cooldown utilized. As now, that might be enough for AL to turn their sights towards the Otacon.
Starfall.
Not a great setup here, as Awesome and Jue were really pushed out of things at the start of it. Keeper's Verdict knocks away Shadow, securing any possibility of FunPlus Phoenix stealing away that Otacon.
I've been able to find too many of those kills, so I don't know how much worth they're going to be able to get out of this Thornbound Otacon.
Yeah, the added effect from the kills, the takedowns is big, but not going to happen here on the Flandra, as he's getting targeted out in a 1v3 situation. Care, with another really nice seismic shove, will set things up, and Shadow will claim his 3rd kill of the game.
Fujin power spike, so a lot of damage coming on through. AL have to be careful whenever they lose vision around any of these objectives. There's a very real possibility we see FPX start to turn.
They lock down Care with the Glacial Prison, and the Keeper's Verdict does take away the jungler for FPX. Bullet time comes out, but there's not a lot of peel that's been set up for him, and that is the first kill going over for AL. Jue is the one to drop.
Through mid, FPX did not pull the trigger fast enough. You saw this, so they're going to lose priority of mid. They're going to have to try and re-enter, and AL can just fully stop them from moving back into their side of the base. FPX need to do something.
Nicely buffered from Tarzan, using the Arctic Assault to make sure that stun does not take away too much of its escape potential. But now a teleport's going to come in. Shank's going to try to close the gap here. It's still a 4v5 opened up here for anyone's legend. Shadow with the flash on out. But now the power of the Sejuani Yone can come through. There's Kyle sending Sheer straight back with that heroic charge. So another pick found by anyone's legends. It hasn't been the full-on fight, but still have that 5v4. Without the jungler, they're going to start at the Baron.
35 seconds before Shadow is back up, and he will have Grand Starfall, but this Baron is going over to AL. Can FPX battle back?
Will there be some sort of miracle steal? Everybody on AL trapped into the pit. They send Tarzan over the wall. Jue doing a great job with the headbutt. Who's going to get the Baron? It's stolen away by Shanks. Anyone's Legend's the one to secure it. But now FPX can win out on this fight. They knock up Tarzan. Shanks is already down.
Oh!
Awesome picks up a triple kill. And it'll be Care to finish the job. Only Hope walks away as FunPlus Phoenix win the fight.
For Shadow, he's picked up the Guardian Angel. I like how so far AL, they've just made these engagements onto Jue.
Pulling the trigger immediately onto the Alistar. Has not popped the Unbreakable Will just yet. They knocked up Hope, forced him to flash away the bullet time, doing so much to buy some space here for FunPlus Phoenix. But the needlework from Flandra is doing some work as well. This Gwen's level 17. Dashes away from the seismic shove, and now Shears arrives off the TP.
Shadow!
Takes a lot of damage, but the counter strike's gonna be big. It only finds one stun, but that stun's onto Tarzan, and he's already down. Shadow with the Grand Starfall over. He pops the Guardian Angel. Flandra on the wrong side. I think that's gone golden, but he won't survive. That's Sheer picking up the kill. Shanks does not get enough with the Fate Sealed as he goes right back into the stun from the unraveled earth of Care. FunPlus Phoenix find 4. They're going to find a 5th. Hope on the run, but there's no more hope for anyone's legend. Sheer picks up the kill. Down the mid lane, FPX go. They're looking for the upset victory over AL.
Vision down for FPX. We have a Dragon Soul potentially on the cards in a minute's time. FPX play that fight so much better. Hope sends it on a Valkyrie, and those are summoner spells now missing from our second seed team in AL.
Carry stood no chance against the might of Sheer and Awesome, who had really good fights there. It was not enough to end the game for FPX, but they picked themselves up their second Infernal Drake. The gold lead has expanded to about 5,000.
They're going to try to pull this off. They're waiting to see a teleport come on through. You see right now that Flandra just got his team a global blue buff. They're fishing for an engage.
They don't want to fully go on him. Instead, they're going to turn their targets towards Shanks. He used the Soul Bound to get away. Jue already has dropped, but the health bars are so low on AL's side. Nobody has gone down. Care's going to try to cut people off with the Weaver's Wall. Sheer dash jumping forward, but does not have enough to close the gap.
Arden is already starting to get chunked down. Part of the reason when you have these solo laners is just being able to rip these massive objectives.
He's going to pop the Grand Starfall. He's going to try to get in. He's going to get there in time. No, it's still the Baron is secured here by Tarzan. Flandre's gone golden. The Needlework has one more issue to be procced, but Shadow will get the kill regardless. But that's a big win for Anyone's Legends. They take advantage of the numbers that they had on their side, and they pick up the Baron and will be wearing purple for the next 3 minutes.
You're not really fighting for mid lane control in this Baron. How much more can you actually get out of this? You still want to have control for this Dragon.
Sway pops the ulti already. He's taking a lot of damage. Nicely done by Kyle to knock Care out of the fight. But Awesome does a lot of damage. Awesome is level 18. Awesome, it's a Guardian Angel. Awesome, not going to be able to get that kill just yet, as he will drop and have that Guardian Angel procced. Already, Dway out of the picture once again, but you see Sheer on the top side of your map, picking up the split pushing duties.
Shadow
gonna try to cancel the bases. Care comes through with the Weaver's Wall. Everybody on Anyone's Legend, the bot side is very, very low. Sheer gonna be able to at least take that inhibitor on the top side, as well as FunPlus Phoenix working their way around the map and making sure they do not lose too much.
Tarzan needs to either die or somehow make the masterful escape. He'll have the Baron, but he's not gonna be able to get out. Shadow will be here, and that's gonna be Dragon in 30 seconds.
Yeah, there's the jungler for Anyone's Legend down.
Legends top side. That's going to be the 6th Dragon of the game. We're going to have one final Dragon spawn in 5 minutes. That'll determine the soul for either of these two teams, and I can't believe it.
The back line of FunPlus Phoenix, they're already starting up the Baron. It's getting bursted down. Tarzan is so far away. No opportunity for a steal as FPX yoink it right between the arms of Anyone's Legend.
Oh, they're just going for an engage onto Hope.
There they go. Hope does have the Guardian Angel. They're going to try to flank the flankers. Double knockup does land for Joy, but the Keeping Verdict will send him out. Shadow popping the E to stay alive for a little bit. We see Sheer in the back line. Already popping the GF1. Shanks is in so much trouble. He uses the face.
What is Awesome doing?
Away. Awesome going forward, but he's going to be able to survive. FunPlus Phoenix with a absolute masterclass of a team fight. Sheer buys this time. The rest of FPX come through to back him up, and down the mid lane they go once more, this time for a Game 1 win.
Who the hell cares about an Infernal Soul? FPX say, we'll just take a Baron and we'll just end up taking your base. It's an entire wave still waiting for them, and FPX make history happen again. They'll take Game 1 versus AL.
It was a back and forth one, but FPX in general had that control.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.